to more than 516 landowners in Turkana County after a British exploration firm Tullow Oil presented a clear plan for oil production in South Lokichar Basin. David Kasimbele reports.
Energy Principal Secretary Andrew Kamau said that preparations for the compensation payouts will start this week. According to Rahil Dar and Keith Hill, who are the Chief Executive Officers of Tullow Oil and Africa Oil respectively, the work in Turkana is set to begin today. They say that now that they have better clarity, they can now go ahead and acquire that land and purchase it from the people who are there. Tullow and Africa Oil have a joint venture for the Turkana Oil project. Tullow officials said last week that the exploration firm had stepped up the search for a strategic partner to help implement a development plan for oil production in Turkana County. This will pave the way for the plan of the development of a pipeline and oil processing facility in the basin that includes $3.4 billion, which is approximately 373.6 billion Kenyan shillings investment for upstream activities. Tullow Oil Company, which entered Kenya in 2010, last month presented its long-awaited revised development plan for oil production in Kenya for approval. News of the compensation plans initially announced by the state in 2019 comes as good news for landowners at a time the oil project had faced headwinds. In a Gazette notice dated Friday, February 8, 2019, the National Land Commission LLC said that the planned acquisition would affect more than 516 landowners in the Amosing, Ngamia and Twiga oil fields. The National Land Commission said that in persons of Section 107 and 162 of the Land Act 2012, the National Land Commission, on behalf of the Ministry of Petroleum and Mining, State Department of Petroleum, gives notice that the government intends to acquire the land depicted by and falling within the following coordinates in Turkana for upstream development in South Lokichar oil project. The land acquisition process for construction of the Lokichar-Lamu pipeline, whose implementation was set for last year, had faced headwinds, with local leaders reportedly maintaining a hardline stance on the issue. In 2019, the Turkana County government went on court seeking conservatory orders to stop the implementation of the NLC's decision to acquire the indigenous ethnic land, even as Governor Josephat Nanok and Turkana South MP James Lomenen complained about lack of transparency. Nanok had urged NLC proceeded to initiate the acquisition of the land in total disregard of the Constitution and the Land Act. Governor Nanok said that the county government is the custodian of the community land and must included in such processes, such as compulsory land acquisition, and therefore must be involved for fruitful consultations. According to the revised plan presented by Tullow, the construction of the pipeline is expected to take about 3 years. Tullow's latest oil development project will cost a higher gross budget of about $3.4 billion, that is equivalent to 373.6 billion Kenyan shillings, owing to the changes in its initial design to incorporate a bigger processing facility and oil pipeline. Tullow, which struck oil 9 years ago, has been under pressure from Kenya to develop the Turkana oil wells that it expects to produce up to 120,000 barrels per day once production starts. Kenya first announced the discovery of oil in Block 10BB and 13T in Turkana in March 2012, raising hopes of petrol dollars needed to fuel economic growth, but the country is yet to fully commercialize crude oil. Kenya had set in December 2021 deadline for Tullow to present a comprehensive investment plan for oil production in Turkana, or risk losing concession on 2 exploration fields in the area. David Kasimbele, Lookup TV, Nairobi.
And that story by David Kasimbele takes us to a very fast break here on Trending News. But just to sample a bit of your feedback.